The score for the recent Star Wars show Andor feels the least like a Star Wars score in any Star Wars media to date. And I dare say the show is no different. I'll spare you my raving about the show, except to say that I think it was brilliant, but the score is equally as brilliant in my opinion. Composer Nicholas Britell approached the score as if he were starting from scratch, not pulling from any Star Wars themes or scores whatsoever. I could go on and on about this, but there are 3 fascinating things he did with the score I'm going to highlight. First of all, Britell created a unique soundscape for each episode and each setting that appears in the show. For instance, in the first 3 episodes, he created a sonic identity for the planet Ferrix that consisted of lots of percussions on metal, and he would literally record things such as banging on a metal pipe and layered all those into the score. Secondly, the opening title theme. You may have noticed, if you watch the show, that each of the 12 episodes is a different variation of the theme, with different combinations of instruments, and some even very minimal variations of the theme. Britell did this to reflect where the lead character, Cassian, was in his life. He doesn't really know who he is or what he's about, and he's on this journey of finding his identity. And so Britell reflects this in the way the main title theme almost creeps in, and how each episode is exploring a different variation. It's finding its own identity. Lastly, I want to talk about something in the opening theme in the finale. And for context, I will be saying something about a scene, so if you've not seen the show and plan to, stop here. Spoilers ahead. In the finale, there is a funeral march where a marching band is parading down the street as a funeral procession for Cassian's mother. The opening title theme for this episode is played by the very same marching band. In fact, it was one of the first things composed for the show. And in fact, Tony Gilroy had the actors who played in the marching band actually learn the instruments themselves because he wanted a more raw, not as polished sound to that scene. It's fascinating how this band plays the opening titles theme for this episode, because this band is playing at Marva, Cassian's mother's funeral procession, and she is very instrumental in inspiring Cassian to see his potential. And so this variation of theme, in a way, could be called the realization of all of this exploring with the different variations of this main title theme. As I said, the score was incredibly bold for a Star Wars score, as was the show, but it was a boldness that, in my opinion, brought about a masterpiece.